Peter Robinson wanted nothing to do with handing over money to Ken Campbell.
He knows about this money, he knows about Fred Fraser's money, and he is attempting to keep his hands clean and saying this money must go back through solicitors.
And that he is not to be involved in handing it over.
And that he is not to be involved in handing it over.
Peter Robinson understood the implications of his wife taking money from developers, but he should also have known that giving it back wasn't good enough. In fact, as First Minister, once he knew about the money, even if his wife wanted to keep quiet about it, he was obliged to speak up. As part of our investigation, we wrote to Iris and Peter Robinson on Tuesday, putting our allegations to them. They didn't respond to the allegations directly, but the next day they called the press conference.
I am absolutely certain that everything that I have done has been done as it should. I know no allegation made against me that suggests otherwise. During the course of yesterday, I received a letter from one of the organisations within the BBC. It contained no allegation against me, that it asked questions which are easily answered, but there is no allegation that will stand.
As a minister, Peter Robinson is signed up to a separate ministerial code of conduct. This obliges him to act solely in the public interest at all times. He knew about the money and the contract which had been awarded to Kirk McCambley, but he did not inform Castlereagh Borough Council, the Assembly, Westminster and the Electoral Commission what his wife had done. We specifically asked Peter Robinson about this point earlier this week. This afternoon, his solicitor said Peter Robinson was thoroughly satisfied that he has at all times acted properly and fulfilled all requirements, and would robustly challenge any allegation to the contrary. They said that Iris Robinson was too unwell to respond. 4 months after her relationship with Kirk McCambley had formally ended, Iris Robinson, as her husband said last night, tried to kill herself. This is also when Peter Robinson finally learned of her affair.
Peter described how the family had come across a letter that Iris had written to Kirk. And the letter from Iris to Kirk was about, this is why this relationship needs to finish. A lot of detail around the nature of the relationship, including that that relationship had been a sexual relationship and it had to end.
Selwyn Black was called to the family home the morning after her suicide attempt. When he got there, the seriously ill Iris was still in the house, though Peter Robinson had already left for work.
I've never allowed my personal life to interfere with the work that I've had to do for the public. It might be worthwhile drawing your attention to the fact that it was about midnight, between midnight and 1 o'clock, of the 1st and 2nd of March, that all of these events became known to me. When Iris tried to take her own life, within 12 hours I was standing at the dispatch box in the Assembly to answer First Minister's questions.
I don't think that I ever thought in the early part of my career from East Belfast that I would be standing answering questions on agriculture.
By that time, an ambulance had arrived and taken Iris Robinson to hospital.
I called a GP because the family had been unable to contact the family's practice, and this locum GP coincidentally arrived at the same time as the family's GP. Their assessment straight away was that Iris should be hospitalised.
Whatever the consequences for her health and her marriage, Iris Robinson's financial difficulties were not over. At the Lockkeepers Inn, Kirk McCambley, as this solicitor's letter proves, was trying to raise the money. He sold the half-share in his cafe and paid Ken Campbell and the estate of the late Fred Fraser £20,000 each, which meant he still had £5,000 of the original money, and £10,000 in total was still outstanding from the original sum. It's not yet known if Iris Robinson paid all or any of it back herself. The outcome has left Kirk McCambley, now 21, with a rueful perspective on his relationship with Iris Robinson.
A lot of things that I look back on and I am so thankful for, and a lot of things I look back on and I'm not so thankful.
This programme has outlined a series of very serious charges against Iris Robinson and her husband, First Minister Peter Robinson. Selwyn Black received no payment for his participation in the programme. For him, it's a matter of conscience.
Some people looking on, I mean, the Robinsons, for example, are going to accuse you of absolute betrayal. They're going to say that here you were privy to Iris Robinson's innermost thoughts, her feelings, and here you are now betraying them.
I feel that they have betrayed my trust. I was employed for a particular role. My position was abused. My trust was abused. And their trust in the people who elected them, in a collective sense, was being abused. I felt so angry that I had been sucked in, drawn into that situation. Now I feel sorry for her, I feel sorry for Peter, I feel sorry for their personal circumstances. But it doesn't negate that they both knew the consequences of what they had been involved in and did nothing to address that circumstance. It goes right to the heart of the credibility of government in Northern Ireland.
Hello there. Well, we're getting quite used to scenes like the one behind me, frosty mornings, and there's certainly going to be no let up in the wintry weather for at least the next week. A weather warning in force today for some heavy snow, in particularly for northeastern parts of England through parts of Teesside, for Middlesbrough. We may see several more centimetres of snow before the day is out. But anywhere down these eastern coasts of England could see snow throughout this evening and the overnight period. Further west, a different story. Much drier but clear skies mean temperatures really are going to tumble. These are the overnight lows in our city centres. Last night we saw lows as far down as -22. Something similar could be seen outside tonight too. So let's look at Saturday morning then. Still some snow showers at 9 o'clock for northeast England. A bit of a respite across Lincolnshire and a drier period too for East Anglia. But snow showers affecting the London area down towards Hampshire as well first thing. Move further west, it's a drier story to tell, more in the way of that wintry sunshine, but it's certainly not going to be thawing out any of those icy conditions. Still a very frosty, icy start here. A similar story for Wales too, just perhaps a flurry of snow for central areas for a time. As we hop across to Northern Ireland now, well, clear skies to start off the weekend, but again, a very frosty, icy start and a few snow showers across the northern half of Scotland in particular. Elsewhere, a severe frost yet again with those temperatures well below freezing wherever you are. So Saturday is shaping up to be a dry and bright day for many northern and western areas, but we have still got these snow showers for northern and eastern parts of England and for the far southeast as well. But it's not just the snow, it's these winds on Saturday, bitterly cold, northeasterly or easterly breeze. Now that's going to be making things feel quite a bit cooler than they really are. Temperatures in the region of a degree or so either side of freezing, but feeling more like perhaps -3 to -6 degrees. So bitterly cold during the course of Saturday. Now, later in the day, we're fairly concerned about an area of snow developing across the far southeast of England. Some fairly prolonged, persistent snow here for a time into Sunday morning. Now, we may well see 5 to 10 centimetres, that sort of thing, during Sunday. So an early warning issued for the far southeast for that heavy snow during Saturday night and Sunday morning. On Sunday, the snow's not going to be moving anywhere in a hurry, and we've still got that strong easterly breeze, so blizzard conditions for a time on sunshine.